Mombasa, Kenya's romantic city, nestled on the bay of the Indian Ocean south of the equator.
Anajulikana kama Bakari, track inajulikana kama Munga katika 95.5 Baraka FM. Great music.
Great friends.
Mimi naitwa Esther Ingolo, mwenzangu anaitwa
Patience.
Na hivi sasa zimesalia dakika 22 timu.
From roast maize vendor to the miraa dealer to the mama mboga, a sense of calm prevails. The only interruption, a rather pleasant one, a husky voice booming through the ever-present radio, a welcome accompaniment that distracts one from the intense day temperatures.
Ni Friday na mambo ni fresh kabisa. Friday kama kawaida watu wanakuwa excited.
Esther Ingolo is a lively presenter with Baraka FM, based in Mombasa and broadcasting throughout the coastal region. To the ordinary mwananchi on the street, Esther's voice is familiar. Listening to her exuberance and passion, one would never imagine the tragedies Esther has faced as a human being. Two years ago, she was just another carefree young woman on her way from a visit with friends in Kilifi. At the height of her popularity as a radio presenter, Esther was to encounter intense trauma. A regular journey in a matatu from Malindi to Kilifi turned tragic. The matatu was speeding. In the next instant, a happy visit from friends was erased by the careless miscalculation of a matatu driver who failed to spot an approaching handcart. Esther recalls the moment vividly as she paces around the accident scene.
And I think all I had was boom, and that was it. I think I woke up after about 5 minutes and there was a lot of noise around me. I was screaming myself, and I had my leg was stuck somewhere, but I couldn't tell where it was. So I was feeling a lot of pain. We were only 3 survivors, but all the rest, including the driver and the person who was seated next to me, perished.
It was a sad moment indeed for the young, talented woman robbed of gait so early in life. But Esther realizes that even though she may have lost a limb, she did not lose her life. Lying in the hospital waiting to be admitted into the theatre after the accident, Esther Ingolo remembers that she would never have survived if it was not for an emergency blood transfusion. It took 5 pints of blood to revive her.
And because I was going to get a major operation, actually an amputation, they needed the blood immediately. So the doctor insisted that we didn't have time to call a relative or anybody to come and donate blood. So they had to rush very fast to check if there was some blood in the blood bank. And luckily there was. So I needed 5 pints of blood. So they got the 5 pints of blood from the blood bank and we went in for the operation.
Every single day, she gives thanks to the Creator and anonymous donors for the gift of life.
I must say I was very lucky because apart from the medical bill that I had to pay and the trauma I went through after losing my leg, I was very lucky to get the blood right on time when I needed it most. So I don't know actually who donated the blood because they just got it from the bank. But whoever it was, they saved my life big time, and I just thank God for that. Yeah.
The scars on her hands and the limp she sports are the faint references of her tragic experience, but Esther has chosen to use the lessons of her past to increase awareness on the importance of voluntary blood donations.
If I have a chance to save a life, I would definitely save a life because someone, actually not even one person, those are several people saved my life at one time. And I promised myself that every 3 months I will donate blood. In fact, I'm going to do it soon again. Yeah.
Every 1 hour, 6 people die in the country's health institutions as a result of blood-related complications.
Bloodlink Foundation is a Kenyan non-profit organization registered here in Kenya, and the main objective is to ensure that we have sufficient blood for needy Kenyans in our hospitals. We realized there was a lot of focus on school children donating blood, and no one was addressing the adult population. So we thought we'd start it as a challenge to the adults to become regular blood donors.
It is estimated that 1 out of every 10 people entering a hospital needs blood.
We had partnered with Safaricom earlier, I think in 2004, where Safaricom employees became regular donors, and we'd go to Safaricom and they would donate blood. But then Safaricom realized that the need was not being met in terms of the blood donated was still not sufficient in the country, and they wanted to go a step further. So we came up with a concept together with Safaricom that one would address the areas that we were seeing as critical areas in terms of the deficit. We were looking at the holiday months of April, August and December. When schools are closed, you find that these are the times when there is no blood in the blood banks. This is also the times when we have high cases, incidences of malaria, also the times we have a high number of road traffic accidents. So we conceptualized a campaign that would address these months. We also said that we want to allay the fears. People don't come forward to donate blood because of certain fears. So we wanted to use the media to get out these key messages. And we also thought that the campaign should target the adult population, and that also the campaign would run throughout the country. And we were able to successfully do this. Starting with Nairobi, we moved to Kisumu. We then went to Mombasa, Eldoret, Nakuru, Embu, and finally we closed it in Nairobi in December.
Patricia Owaga is a svelte, dark-skinned, long-limbed young woman, not any different from the next teenager. Among her friends, walking through the estate, engaging in lively chit-chat and relaxing over a game of cards, she's really nothing but ordinary. Her bedroom is plastered with popular music stars, among them 50 Cent, Ashanti and Prezzo, the teen idols of the day, and like most young women, grooming is a major part of her daily routine. Although she may appear younger than your average teenager, Patricia has experienced more pain in her life than most adults have experienced in a lifetime.
Since I have sickle cell anemia, in school I've been having problems in cleaning the dorms, playing games with other students, and it's really disturbing me. I feel left out.
For patients like Patricia with blood diseases such as severe anemia, blood cancer, haemophilia, repeated blood transfusions are the only solution. Patricia would not be alive today without the kindness of strangers, friends, and relatives.
She was diagnosed when she was 6 months old to be having sickle cell anemia. Normally it starts with the pains in the joints and the legs, and when the blood count is low. So we have to do random checkups on her to make sure that her blood level is where it should be.
Her survival during attacks rests almost entirely on voluntary blood donations. Patricia's sister, Mina, is her primary caregiver. She understands the difficulty in obtaining blood during emergencies. When Patricia was 17, she was hospitalized for 3 months and they ran out of blood needed for an urgent dialysis procedure.
We had to get blood from all over. We announced in different stations and everything. And Bloodlink came, helped us thanks to the Safaricom blood drives. The need is there, and I've seen it with her, with my sister, my own sister, who needed a lot of it. And I believe there's a need. If you can donate blood, donate blood. It will save a life.
In total, the whole campaign was able to raise about 7,000 units of blood. 7,000 units of blood in a total of 35 days is a record in itself. And for this, I think we do really appreciate the support from Safaricom, because this translates to a lot of lives saved.
Given the irregularity and emergency nature of Patricia's attacks, it is crucial that she has a guaranteed supply of safe blood available. Without blood, Patricia's survival is on the balance.
I thank everyone who donated blood through the Bloodlink campaign. That blood reached to me and that saved my life.
According to medical sources, the demand for blood in Kenya is currently 200,000 units a year, against a collection of 130,000 units. The shortfall amounts to 70,000 units a year. Kenya is facing a serious shortage in the availability of safe blood to meet transfusion needs in the country. Regular supply of fresh blood is vital, as blood has a shelf life of only 30 days.
I would say that the Kisumu region covers both Nyanza and Western provinces and part of Rift Valley. And from the estimates, our demand is in the tune of 4,000 units a month. What we are getting currently does not exceed 2,000 units a month. And in the holiday months like August, April and December, that average even gets to below 1,000. And this is because majority of our donors are from schools. So when schools are closed, then that deficit comes in. And we are grateful for what Safaricom did last year, because they came in during the month of April to assist us reach the out-of-school citizens who managed to sustain us during that April.
Helen Ogola looks very professional in her white starched coat, surrounded by equipment in the microbiology department of Nyanza Provincial Hospital. Helen's day begins at 8 a.m. and runs through to 5 in the evening. A look at Mrs. Ogola reveals a happy and well-balanced woman focused in her endeavours. Not too long ago, Helen was attacked by thugs on her way home after a routine day at work. Her ruthless assailants slashed her on her arms and left her bleeding profusely.
So they were aiming at my head, but I defended using my hands. So that is why my hands are more affected. But my head, thank God, my head was not touched. So my neighbors came to my rescue when they heard the screams. They took me to New Nyanza General Hospital casualty. All my hands were bleeding. I was admitted and I lost my conscience. When I woke up, I found when I had been stitched all over and I was being transfused. So I was told I lost a lot of blood, that I could not make it without transfusion. Yeah.
Today, Helen is alive and serving her community because of kindness of voluntary blood donors. As she handles blood specimens every day, she cannot but help marveling at a renewed appreciation of this precious fluid that she handles clinically. The Safaricom Blood for Life drive has won international recognition at the Association for Donor Recruitment Professionals annual conference in Texas, USA, and the International Society of Blood Transfusion conference in Cape Town, South Africa.
The campaign was actually recognized by professionals in the PR Society of Kenya, PRSK, and it was awarded the Campaign of the Year award in non-profit category. So I think what we are saying is locally and internationally, what Safaricom has done has been recognized, and Safaricom have committed themselves to look into making this not just a one-off campaign.
Nonetheless, the war has not been won. The challenge of developing a constituency of regular blood donors is crucial in meeting the country's blood needs, and it relies largely on willingness of individuals to donate blood periodically. Bloodlink works with the National Blood Transfusion Services, which has 6 centres evenly distributed within the country, where one can donate blood easily. Saving the world may not be easy, but saving a life is. Just 1/2 litre of donated blood can help save as many as 3 people's lives. We cannot live only for ourselves. 1,000 fibres connect us to each other.